somebody took my glasses off, and I'm like,
this is so sad.
I'm like, we're not fighting. Like, I have no idea. And I remember even back then being the consummate negotiator where I was like, now, there won't be a fight today. I'm not fighting.
It's the Scott and Ally Not For Air podcast. The rules are gone. The shirt is untucked. Here's Scott and Ally.
Did you see my earrings?
Oh, hang on. Let me.
You gotta I think you have to like.
Hold, please.
Do you see them? Oh, you're gonna come over to me?
Well, we're this close. I mean, we may as well. Are they? Excuse me.
They are a lady's body. I'll describe for everyone. A lady's body. And so you can see like little boobies, and there's a heart where her vagina should be. Isn't that adorable? I love these earrings so much. And I should have bought like 5 pairs because I'm actually really terrible about keeping earrings. So I lose earrings, I don't know, in my sleep.
Do the Emu or Emu.
What?
Do the Temu 78-cent earring bags, where you can get like 1,000 of them.
No, I got these from a local girl, and they're like handmade. Handmade little vaginas.
I don't know what to say about that.
I just love them so much, and I get so many compliments on these earrings, and they're pretty new too. I love them.
Well, hopefully your vaginas don't fall out.
And they probably will.
And what do you do if you walk by? Do you pick it up and be like, ma'am, I think you lost something?
I think you misplaced your heart vagina. I know.
That may be one of the first times in my career ever that I've said, I hope your vagina doesn't fall out.
I know. Got to keep that in.
Yeah.
Although I know, oh my God, speaking of, I know somebody that their vagina prolapsed out their butthole. I swear
Wait,
to
how
God.
does that happen? They're totally different. I mean, they're in the same general vicinity, but...
I guess it those toys that you get at like Chuck E. Cheese where, I don't know if it's gel, but it's
where
like
is this going to go?
It's like a long tube and you kind of like hold it. I'm not going to do the movement, but you hold it and it's hard to like keep a hold of.
She wasn't going to do the movement, but if you're watching the video that she's doing the movement.
I didn't do the full movement.
Is this the thing with the little spikes that's like a jelly worm? And it's got the little rubbery spikes that are off of it. Like Ginger loves to play with those.
Yours might have it. This is just like a
I'd rather not talk about mine on the air.
This is just a tube, and it looks like, honestly, it looks like 2 buttholes at the end.
Okay.
And so you're supposed to, basically, it's almost like catching it. And anyway, so I think the prolapsing happens when it like crossed the bridge, and then accidentally went down the wrong side of the bridge.
I'm still having a hard time figuring out how this is. You said it prolapsed through her butthole.
Yeah.
That would have mean she would have had to taken all of that front part of the undercarriage, pushed it up and over. It would have had to somehow.
That's why I said it crossed the bridge.
I think there's a full wall there.
No.
And then the whole thing falls out.
No wall. And I'm surprised.
Something medically is not adding up here, but
it does not. It's not a good thing.
All right. How, assuming this is possible, and I've never...
How do you wipe?
Front to back. That's still...
no, but what was your question?
How do they fix it if it's...
I have no clue.
Okay, if number one...
Push it back?
If number 1 is now part of number 2, do you have to shove number 2, something in number 2 to get it back to go to number 1?
Right. Like I said, like just push your finger in there and just go, get back there. Wrong side. No, I have no clue. I'm not sure. When you...
Are you sure she wasn't just making some comment like, oh,
no, I
lifted such a heavy box today, I prolapsed my vagina through my butthole?
No, I looked it up. It can happen.
Okay.
Yes.
So this really has me. Is this a scenario where you're going to show me, she says. Yes. That just clicked. Is this a situation where the wall had between the two? Because I'm assuming, and this is not a medical description whatsoever.
This is like a cubicle wall, Scott.
Well, yeah, but I mean, did it disintegrate and then both became one? That sounds terribly hazardous.
So that I don't know, but I think about if there's somebody who has a C-section.
Yes.
And I'm surprised more stuff doesn't move around more often. And also, I just want to say this other thing. I think I would be fearful of doing anything if this happens. So I will show you a picture.
In the Department of Sexuality, I believe you're
Here
implying.
you go. This is going to answer your question. A posterior vaginal prolapse is a bulge of tissue into the vajayjay. It happens when the tissue between the rectum and the vagina weakens or tears. So you're right. There is like a wall of some sort. This causes the rectum to push into the vaginal wall. So wait, was I wrong? Did it go the other way?
You said it the other way, that the number one went to the number two.
I'm sorry, the number two went to the number one.
Okay, so the rectum damn near killed her in this case.
Yep.
Came over.
Either which way, it's not supposed to cross the bridge.
No. Now, okay, I have to ask this question. Does this individual have a number of children well, it doesn't seem on average. Like if you were going to be like 12, I'd be like, yeah, everything's disintegrated down there. You know, but I don't mean that disrespectfully. I could understand.
It's like over time how like your hair might thin. You know, that just thins out a little too.
Yeah, over time, I might go bald or your asshole might drop into your vag.
You never know. Yours might come out of your pee-pee hole.
Oh, please no. Please no. No. Although, in a similar situation, I heard, maybe this is a story you told me. Maybe this is a story 6059 told me. Maybe this is a story I've just heard.
You have no clue who's talking to you.
No.
What's going on? Like back to the show from this morning, Scott was talking about Lydia's birthday duck that she got from school. He told me that it was a teacher that had told him that she was getting a birthday duck.
No, you told me it was a teacher. 6059 said it was her that told me.
Yeah, but you told me a teacher told you she was going to get her birthday duck.
Because you said the teacher told me that she went to the office to get her birthday duck.
I'm saying on the air, I said teacher because that's what you told me.
Oh, but then 6059 told me.
I know.
I think they both told me.
I'm proving the point.
I think they both told me.
I'm proving the point that, okay.
Okay, so now I've heard this. Playing along with the unexpected sex took me to the ER.
Oh, yeah.
I heard a story that somebody once got kicked so hard in the old scrotes that they had to go have surgery because it shoved the ball back up.
Oh, I could see. Yeah. Actually, that happens to dogs frequently. If they don't get fixed by a certain age, then their ball goes up into their system. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Well, this happened because I guess some girl kicked a boy and I heard that, okay, this is a story from 6059. Now it's all coming together. Okay. And I heard that the family that had the boy that got kicked, and obviously surgery was involved, ended up going after the parents of the other person. I think it was a girl that kicked him, and they had to pay for all the medical bills.
Oh, I can see that. That's funny you say that, though. So me and a girl we work with, we were talking about how her son is, I think he's in pre-K as well, and some of the things that happen at school. And that there was like a little kid who was picking on her son. And so her son, his name's Liam. I think I can safely say that. So Liam says to his mom, well, I'm going to have Oliver, so Liam's really, really, really little. So, he's getting picked on because he's little from, another kid on the bus or something like that. And so he's like, well, I'm going to have Oliver, who's much bigger. I'm going to have Oliver take care of it or something like that. And his mom's like, no, Oliver can't do such and such. Like that you have to tell a teacher, you have to tell the bus driver. And I said, wow, times have changed. Because when this happened to me on the bus, my mom was like, kick him where the sun don't shine. That was her answer.
I just like the fact that this young man is now figuring out the art of becoming a mob boss and hiring a hitman in pre-K. That's remarkable.
Yeah, well, when you're so little, you got to have a system.
Yeah, right? Man, you got a tight friend in Oliver for the rest of your life if he's willing to go take down, I don't know, Jimmy.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
But wasn't that how it was when you were young, too? Is that your mom would be like, I don't know, what did Betty say? Would she say, punch him, beat him up, whatever?
I don't remember. I think my mom was in denial that I got made fun of in school. I had everything stacked against me. I was the kid that was into sci-fi in the 70s, and I had Coke bottle thick glasses. I mean, there was no hope for me from, let's say, kindergarten through, I don't know, 5th grade.
Still not.
Probably still not. And I remember one time... this goes back to like 3rd grade, okay? Here's little Scott. And when I say glasses, these are my reading glasses. These things would have been this thick, right? I mean, they
into
would
the future, yeah.
So, oh yeah, totally. And I remember some kid wanted to beat me up in school. I don't know why. I don't know, because, you know, who knows why, right?
Hearing it does make me sad for you.
I know, right? I mean, if they could see me now, they'd be like, I ain't messing with this guy. He's the only one in our class that's not on medication of any kind yet. So, at any rate,
it should be.
I remember that this whole group of kids showed up out in front of the church. It was a Catholic school, right? And there was the grassy area. And it's me and whoever this kid was. Somebody took my glasses off, and I'm like,
this is so sad.
I'm like, we're not fighting. Like, I have no idea. And I remember even back then being the consummate negotiator, where I was like, now, there won't be a fight today. I'm not fighting. And I literally, you know what? Honestly, I was bigger in the biz halls than I realized. I walked away. Now, there's not going to be a fight today.
And me, I was like, Brandy McConaughey, I'm going to meet you at 3:00.
Yeah,
after
right?
the
I mean, you're out there ready to start swinging. She's like doing one of these with her earrings, taking them out. You know, like, come on, let me take my pussy earrings out.
That's how I lose my little vagina earrings.
And I'm like, no, none of that. And I walked away. I did. I walked away. I wonder if anybody...
you should have been like, I'm a lover, not a fighter.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that is the ultimate. I wish I could have thought of what to say at that moment.
Yes.
We've all had this life experience where 2 hours after a fight with somebody, or a significant other specifically, you're like, shit, I wish I would have said that.
All the time. Wait, speaking of lover fighter, did you see that video that's been going around of Keanu Reeves talking about lover fighter?
No, but who could hate Keanu Reeves and not just love him?
Well, he makes a really great point. So that phrase, I'm a lover, not a fighter.
Yeah.
So he said, no, you have to be a fighter, because when you love somebody, you have to fight for them, fight for that love, and that have that passion to keep the love alive. So you actually have to be a fighter to be a lover. And I was like, ooh, Kiana.
How do you take this? Let's analyze, okay? Because I have a very specific thought in my head. When you say you have to be a fighter, does that mean you have to be fighting with your significant other? Is that where you're thinking, like, oh yeah, we're going to have to fight because we're fighting for our love?
No, I was actually looking at it in a different way, but I'm going to tack on to yours. I was looking at it like you have to fight for, how do I say this? You have to fight between the bullshit. Like, you've got to go, yes, I'm going to fight for this. I'm going to stand up for this. I'm going to be in this, because going on to what you're saying is, I think that couples do have to fight. If they don't fight, something's wrong. That means you're not communicating.
Sometimes you do.
Yeah, sometimes. And it means you're not communicating, and you're not... I mean, if you're exactly the same and you never fight, come on.
Yeah, that'll get boring.
Right, exactly. I think that you do have to fight because you're communicating, because you're going to get on somebody's nerves. That's just the truth of it.
It's going to happen.
As much as I think I'm awesome, I know I get on Zach's nerves. But back to my original point, though.
Hey, for what it's worth, I know you do too.
I know, all the time. But even he will say, for a lot of times, he's like, I never have to fake my love for you. I don't ever have to pretend anything. He truly fights for the relationship. If I get mad, or if we get mad at each other, I'm always the first to walk away, and he truly fights for it. So I applaud that, because I'm a fight or flight, and I tend to go a little flight.
Well, the reason I ask is, and I think what you just described sounds pretty healthy. I was thinking more so that you were going to say, oh no, you have to fight in a relationship just for fight's sake,
no.
Which you did not. You did not. I'll give you credit, because my thought was what Keanu meant was, you've got to fight for the person. Like, I don't know, you're out somewhere, someone comes up and grabs your woman's butt. We're going to fight.
Oh, well, yeah, you do have to fight there. You have to fight there too.
Okay, all right.
There's
okay,
so much
that's
fighting.
I know,
but
we're
it's
just
not bad. Those are all like really positive.
valid fight reasons.
Yes,
yeah, right.
yes, and I think that does happen. That's the same with like there are times we will try to communicate together, and we end up getting in an argument, but it's okay. Even though I hate it, but it's okay because then we end up noodling through it. Although sometimes saying agree to disagree.
Yeah, well, sure. And that'll happen. Now,
right.
We got to pick up where last week you had left something on the table about dogs.
Yes. So I saw this as a new side hustle because side hustles are everything from I've bartended, I've worked at tattoo places, hair salons, things like that. And I did have an Airbnb and I no longer have the Airbnb. So I was kind of thinking like, okay, what's a side hustle that I could do? Pet baptisms.
Oh, my Lord.
I become ordained because I'm not, but I should be. And then I can baptize your pets. Not my idea, but honestly, at first I was like, this is hysterical. I wonder if I could make some money just doing some pet baptisms.
I was going to say, what's scary is there's a market for this because there are people that would do it.
And to be honest with you, even though my dog is bad, he's so bad. He bit me on the lip the other day. And this is the thing. I never told him. If
anybody needs a baptism, first communion, act of confession, and maybe a confirmation all in one, it's Junior.
Yes, and I never told anybody about it. I remember I mentioned I had a lip thing last week.
Yes.
It was.
We all thought herpy.
No.
Just
I know,
kidding. We did not.
No,
I never saw it.
Okay. I got home from New York City. And
well, there we go. Now we're back to herpy.
I don't know if he was mad that I left or I got too excited. So I was kissing him and I was holding his face. And I was like, Well, obviously.
And you want to baptize animals.
I obviously was a little aggressive on the love and he didn't like it and he growled and I did not heed the warning and I kept kissing him. And he got me on the lip. So I was bleeding.
Did you do the woo and throw him off?
Oh no! I stepped back and I was like, Junior, and all of a sudden Zach's like, you're bleeding. So I had blood down the front, but on the inside I had a nasty little cut in there.
Oh,
yeah. So Junior needs a little Jesus.
Yeah, he does. All right. Here's the thing. So my belief on animals is the classic.
All dogs go to heaven.
Yes, is the classic Rainbow Bridge. And I believe, bringing in some of my Catholic upbringing, I don't necessarily, I've evolved in my own thinking. Maybe it's not evolved. I don't want to insult because there are people that are purists to any religion. I believe in my Catholic upbringing that the baptism obviously absolves you of original sin, which means we were born into this world already sinners.
Absolutely.
And I believe for humans, that's potential because let's face it, you were conceived through an act of sinning.
That's right.
So let's be real.
That's kind of sinning.
That's where it came from. Mom doesn't take the Lord's name in vain that many times, and unless Dad's making you pregnant. Wasn't about me. Just a joke. Just telling you. No uncomfortable there. Okay, I get why we baptize humans. I'm also believed, I've myself taken a personal stance. I don't even believe that anymore, that we were born with original sin. That's just me. Yeah. I'm like, no, come on. Now, there are days I look at my kids and I think, yep, sin.
Yep.
Sin.
Yep.
But that's here nor there. That's just a joke.
3 foot tall sin.
Yep. Now, for animals, I don't believe it's that way. I don't believe they need... No, I think... And my reason is I believe, and let me tell you, I have gone through the heartbreak of losing 3, I'm sure by now 4 dogs. The last one, unfortunately, went to a new home a little bit midway through life. But that isn't... Listen, my dog Boo is by now gone.
Aww.
So I had to take Fred... I don't really want to remember it, but I remember Wilma having to go. I remember Fred having to go. I remember Pebbles, the pug, dying 7 times on the table and coming back before finally the vet goes, this is just not something that's going to change.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh.
Oh, it is almost comical.
Like the eyes are closed and all of a sudden it's like,
oh, that was it. This dog died a bunch of times. Like it was very sad. Okay. So that's there. But I believe For me, they're all going to be waiting when I go to wherever I go, and they're all there. And you know what? At that point in time, I hope they're all lined up, because now I'll be crying like a baby because I haven't seen Fred and Wilma and Pebbles in years, or Boo, and they'll all be waiting. And maybe they'll talk to me at that point and be like, hey, Dad, welcome. You finally made it. We've been hanging out waiting for you.
Could you have changed the food sometimes?
I know, right? There's that. Or, hey, you know what? Had you baptized me, we could have already been in heaven and had this party going. Right. I don't know. I think it's Are you going to make money on it? Yep, you are. Because there's people that are quirky enough that are going to do it. Now, I got to ask you this. Where do you plan on doing this? Is this off the fishing pier at the Chemung River? I mean, where are we doing this?
Well, I was thinking about how Junior doesn't like the water. So I don't think I'm going to be doing submersive baptisms. I think I'm just going to do the
born again baptism?
Yeah, the holy water sprinkling.
Oh, like we do in the Catholic Church, where you just basically go in. Although I was at a bougie Catholic church one time that had a hot tub for their baptisms. Now,
very nice.
Most Catholic churches, it's a small baptismal bowl with the holy water, and they do the oils and the holy water, and off you go to your original sin being absolved.
Yeah,
there was the hot tub. So you're just thinking doing it the small way. What about a spray bottle? Then that way, if the dog gets unhappy, you can put them right back in line as they're getting baptized.
I don't want them to run away. That's what we use for our dogs when we want them to stop doing something.
Yeah.
So, no, I'm just going to sprinkle a little, say a little prayer. But it's funny, I'm with you. I think all dogs, I truly do think all dogs are going to heaven.
Yeah.
And I always say, because we have 3 animals. We have a cat and 2 dogs. And so I always say that they're all part of the Good Boys Club. So in my mind, even though Junior bit me the other day and probably needs a little Jesus, I don't think that any of them are going to hell.
No.
Will I take your $50 for the baptism, though? Yes, I will.
And you know what? I'll bet you'll make money. You know what you got to do?
What?
You got to, instead of by appointment only, I feel you have to set up days. Get flyers to all the churches and say pet baptisms on these days to get the word out. Facebook page, PBD,
Instagram.
Pet Baptism Day.
Yeah.
And, set it up so that you can have a line. And I'll even stand there and take the $50 per pet. Now, if you have 2 pets, can we do a deal, $75 for both? Okay,
sure.
very good.
Yeah.
Very nice. I'll help you with this, because there's a quirky enough group.
Absolutely.
That is going to do it.
When you were a young Catholic boy and you went through like your baptism or whatever, did they have a little party for you?
I think they did, but I was obviously a baby. I remember my first communion party. That I remember.
So I was thinking we could do like small parties, or like the owners could do small parties too.
Well, that's on them.
Yeah.
I want to get the line out, and they can go wherever they're going to go. Go to the house with the balloons on it on the mailbox. You'll know to pull in and give a present.
That's
give
right.
a milk bone to the dog that just got baptized.
Right, for the good boy.
Yeah.
Well, good girls too.
So let's be real. Quirky? Absolutely. Moneymaker? Positively.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Speaking of a moneymaker, I got one more thing I got to hit on this one, because I don't know if you've picked up on this. Now, I want to be real clear. There's nothing worse than coming across someone that's stinky. I'm not talking they ripped ass, blew a fart. I'm talking stinky. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Now, there's variations of stinky. There is, you're naturally a smelly person. You maybe want extra help because the deodorant's not cutting the mustard. You might not know how to do laundry and everything smells like mold or straight up open ass. Okay. Have you noticed the trend? And it is on every podcast. It is on so many videos, streaming and whatnot. The body spray trend. Now, it started with Axe in the early 2000s, and everyone smelled like a stinky middle schooler that had a boner walking through the hallway.
Also, Bath and Body Works. They were big on body sprays too. I don't like body sprays.
But this has taken a whole new level, because now they're promoting it as from your pits to your tits and then down under.
Yeah. Are you talking about Lumi?
I don't know which brand it is. I really don't. I don't pay close enough attention to that. I'm just hearing people going, here's an alternative to bathing.
Well, I don't know if it's
And how bad off are you? What condition do you have that you are walking around with the rotten crotch?
I know. But when
you think that's going to cover it?
When it comes to, these are all totally different things. Some people do sweat so much that I don't know what the fix is. It's almost like deodorant's never going to fix it. They just have they emit a bad smell. Is it what they eat? I don't know.
But stop eating the whole clove of garlic.
But I can tell you that there are certain people who do really stink, and they just, I don't know. I don't know if they're not adult enough to take care of themselves or what. I always have a clean body. Now, if I just ran a 5K, then I might start to get a little stink. But that's excusable, right? Now,
I think they're promoting these to be used on a day-to-day, like, okay, it's Tuesday, and I mean, maybe I don't get it because you're
clean, I'm clean. Well, I've taken a horse bath before. Let's be real, not very often.
Yeah.
But I have a couple girlfriends who have very large titties, and they underneath get real sweaty and stuff.
Fair
so
enough.
So they've put something underneath, and it might be, it's not powder, but it's like one of those like creams or something, because it does get sweaty and stinky, and that's something that they can't help because their tatas are so large.
And I don't want to be judgmental to the people, other than the fact, my first question is, are you not bathing enough, or is something going on? Now, life happens, I get it, but
but if you're doing this Damascus, because I have one more thing to say, because if it is Lumi and then you got the crotch one, again, go to the doctor.
Okay.
I will
How
not.
long do you let that go?
You don't let that go.
I didn't think so.
You do not let that go. So with that Lumi thing, at one point I heard the commercial too, and I said to one of my girlfriends, I kind of want to try it. Like, they make it seem so appealing. And then we kind of had our girl talk about it. We both came to the conclusion, wait a second. We were always taught, and I think this is the right thing, to not put anything flowery up your vajay.
I've heard that you have to be very careful with that thing.
You're
or
not
it might
douching.
come out your butthole.
Right? Oh my gosh. Is this podcast full circle or what?
Now, here, I want to be clear on one more thing. We're not talking perfume. Perfume to smell a certain way is by design. This is a perfume that I'm wearing. Mm-hmm. This, I always feel, is like just literally meant to cover up you haven't showered since Monday and it's Thursday.
The only reason I would ever do this, let's say I went to the gym and I knew I was going to go somewhere quickly afterwards, but it's not maybe like it's not a whole big thing.
You're going to a grocery store. You don't want to walk through and have people judge you like that. Like,
right. But honestly, I don't even think that I would do that. It's okay. I'm going to run to the grocery store really quick. I might have a little stink. There is a guy who works out at my gym. He stinks so bad. So I can't stand to work out next to him. I don't know if he has one of those medical problems or what.
I don't know either. But you know what? The way they promote these sprays, they make it, not everybody has this much of a medical problem where you have whatever the condition is where you just have odor. This is like being promoted. So, hey, it's every day. Come on over, spray your cooch right off.
No,
listen,
you shouldn't.
Listen, here's the thing. I am saying more so, are we addressing hygiene before covering up first?
No,
and I mean that not in a mean way, not in a judgmental way. Like, this stuff's getting hocked as though it's like, here's your fix-all. Come on over, spray it up.
And I don't know what happened in the breakdown of people not teaching their kids about hygiene. Because first of all, we learned it in school. Plus, I never wanted to get made fun of for being the stinky kid. Now, the guy at the gym, I don't know, but there's a part of me that's like, I know we're here for the gym, but like, this is excessive. I think you're not showering.
Yeah.
Scott and I have two other people in our life. It's so bad. So bad.
Can I make a statement about, like, okay, we're not talking specifically deodorant, but I'm thinking about this guy in the gym. Is he on a quest to stop using deodorant?
Oh, I don't know. Because I know that's a thing. Because right now I'm wearing Native, which is one of those aluminum-free deodorants.
Oh, it's the Hippy Dippy perfume.
Yeah, because I was like, okay, I'm going to give it a try.
Well, my reason for saying that is also, have we stopped consideration for others?
Right.
One could argue the body spray is a consideration for others.
No,
but I
it
also
just smells like BO and flowers.
Yeah, consider showering first. But the people that are attempting to come off of a deodorant thing, and I don't know how long it takes. I could be speaking out my butthole right now for all I know. But I don't know. Couldn't you shelter at home until that stuff has emitted from your system and then come back out in the public?
Okay, maybe. But
you got to think about other people in the mix.
Back to the Native thing.
Or do you just not care?
I don't know, because I care. I really care. Because back to this Native thing. So it works for a little while. It'll work for the morning show. But anytime I wear Native, and I'm sure you haven't smelled me, but I've worn Native, done the show, everything's fine. I go to the gym and I start to really sweat. Doesn't work anymore.
Listen, you may have to just be a person that applies it more than once a day, but I did want to let you know, because at the beginning of the podcast, I came over to take a look at your earrings.
Yeah.
I do want you to know your vagina earrings smell great.
Thank you. My hair, not so much.
You know.
It's been a couple days.
Can I get you some spray for that?
Oh my gosh, I need to wash my hair. Anyway, I am upfront about that. The stinky people, they're not like, oh yeah, I haven't washed my vagina in 15 days. No, we know somebody who smells like open ass. Do you think he ever says, oh yeah, I don't shower. That's not for me.
Once a week now, that's where I'm going, like it's 1849.
How are these people not embarrassed? And we all know, because we had a coworker who was quite stinky. And do you want to know what? They don't work with us anymore. Haven't smelled that smell in weeks, and I am so glad for it.
And there was a candidate for the full body spray.
No, take a frickin' shower.
That's what I'm saying.
Take a toilet brush to your body parts and scrub away.
Toilet.
Why am I angry about this? I don't know.
I don't know. I'm just
I feel like smells are something you can control.
That's what the point is. Smells are something you can control, and I think that the fact that we are sitting here spending so much time on the fact that it's being promoted to us, we don't have to bathe. You can just spray yourself down.
Right.
You know, do the good old-fashioned way.
And wait a second.
Yes.
Who is touching your bits? Because if
you took me there.
If I smelled like that and came home to Zach and he was trying to get all huggy bear kissy face, he would be like, get in the shower.
Yes. Listen, there's truth to this, okay? Here's the thing. I get it. You ran, you worked out, you were at the gym, you can shower. I understand. The heat of passion can hit at any given moment. We've seen commercials on TV. The two assholes in the bathtubs that are separate from each other holding hands years ago. What are you doing? Going from one tub to the other to get this job done? Whatever. It's their symbolism. But the reality is it hits at any given moment.
Sure.
If you've body sprayed yourself because you were just too lazy to shower that morning and things get moving, let me tell you what's not going to make Mr. Happy anymore.
Okay. And you want to know something funny? Scott and I rarely agree on anything. We're both very passionate about smells.
Yes.
And I fart a lot. So I know.
I mean, on occasion, I got to call her up, but I'll sit through it.
Right.
I will sit through it.
Oh, my gosh. Full circle.
Yes.
Next week, can we do the back rub thing?
I don't know that I know the back rub
thing. Yes, you do. I asked you about it off the air.
I know the back rub thing.
Oh,
yes.
Okay, because we're running out of time. So next week, I'll save the back rub thing for next week.
I'm in for the back rub next week.
In the meantime, if you'd like to get your pet baptized, DM Ally Payne.
I'll be there collecting the money. Can I wear a white robe? Can we get a couple of those?
Yeah,
you can wear the one with the sash.
Okay.
And I'll just wear a white robe. Actually, I'll wear a good old fashioned the altar boy's outfit, because I was an altar boy for not that you'd ever know it listening to the radio show or this podcast, but I had it was the red robe underneath and then the white. I don't know, like a smock over the top. I'll wear that.
Okay.
And you wear like the full thing, and we can start baptizing pets. I'm in.
What are you going to do? Wear a Home Depot smock?
Well, no, I'm going to actually go on Amazon. Hold on. Now you have me wondering. I'm going to hit Amazon quick. Can I buy an altar boy outfit? Hold on.
Oh, God.
Just you stand by 1 second here while I click over.
Where am I going?
Don't you want to know? Amazon?
I guess. Yes. Go for it.
So, altar boy. I guess it's an altar server now.
Back to the
altar boy outfit. Yes. As a matter of fact, I don't know where they're serving, but
what is this? JesusThreads.com?
No, it looked like I just pulled up
altar boy. Yeah, that's definitely going to get you some spam.
Altar server. Altar server robe. There it is.
Back to the stinky thing while you're looking that up.
Yes.
And I've said this many times on the show. After Zach plays hockey, of course, there's a little bit of a stink, and I really love it, but it's also just a little, and it's not a long time.
That's different. He's not coming home spraying himself, saying, let's go, baby.
And it's enough to just wet my whistle.
Oh, God. All right. I'm moving around. You tell me if you can see it. How do you like that?
Oh my God, you look like every villain in
or that.
The white one is better. How much?
All right.
Well,
I mean,
$14.99.
yeah, look at that. Now wait, where's the? There it is.
Oh, there it is.
$45. I will spend $45 for that outfit.
Yes, Brother
Look
Scott.
at this. I could look like the Grim Reaper coming to get your kid baptized. Your dog baptized.
Well, they are kind of like my kids.
Hi there.
All right, 43.
All right, we're in. We got him. We know we can get
really
him.
Isn't bad. Yeah, I mean, we'll make it back in one dog.
I am so sorry that I just
2 dogs.
whipped the camera around like that.
No, it's fine. I was just really trying to focus. Okie dokies. Well, like I said, DM me for baptisms.
We're in.
Well, that was fun. Wasn't that fun? That was fun. Do us a favor, will you? Subscribe. Share the Scott and Ally Not for Air podcast. Touch our buttons. We know you want to.